How do we best advise or speak to the elders in our family who really press us to attend family functions? But these family functions contain photography. What advice do you give to avoid these types of gatherings, yet being respectful to our elders? Weddings, parties, general da'wah for dinners, graduations and birthdays and so on. Then, first thing that you look at is the asl of the invite permissible in Islam? For example, if someone invites you to a dinner, the origin is that you attend. And it is from the rights of a Muslim upon another Muslim. If it is a wedding, the origin is that you attend, because that is the right of a Muslim upon another Muslim, that if you're invited, that you attend. Then there are those invitations that you don't attend, because they are not from the rights of a Muslim, they are bid'ah. Such as if a person invites you to a birthday party, or they invite you to an anniversary, for a wedding or something. Then the origin of those types of affairs is whether it's religious, has a religious dimension to it, like such as Eid Miladun Nabi, or Christmas or something like this. Then of course you're not going to attend, even if they have a religious dimension to them, even if they ascribe to Islam. Or a party, for example, for Isra and Mi'raj, the night journey and the ascension of the Prophet ﷺ, then you won't attend those. Birthdays that are non-religious, like someone's, this is the birthday of Fulan's son or daughter, and she's just turned 9 or 10. So we have a birthday party. Then you don't attend them, because that is imitation of the kuffar, and it is something that has no basis in the religion of Islam or in Islamic culture. It is just something merely borrowed from the kuffar. So you wouldn't attend that. So that only leaves the halal ones, such as a wedding walima, or a dinner, or just a general invite. Let's say for happiness. For example, someone graduates, and then the parents, they arrange a dinner, say my daughter or my son, they graduated. As long as it was, the graduation itself or what they were doing was halal. So they say, my son graduated from the Islamic University, or my son graduated in civil engineering or something like this. So we're just, we just want to show him that, mashallah, we're happy at your achievement. No harm. There's no harm in that, to attend. So when you attend those, there should be segregation. So you're not allowed to sit with a non-mahram, for example. You're not allowed to sit with women that are not mahrams to you. You are not mahram to them. So you can't sit, for example, with, your sister-in-law, or with just some strange woman because you've been invited to a wedding. So if there is no segregation between the sexes, then you do not attend. You only attend the gathering where there is segregation. Secondly, that there cannot be any open sins being committed there, such as the playing of music, or there is a live band, or something of that nature. Or that that the habit of these people at a wedding is that there's going to be a camera crew there. So they've invited some firm or some company to come in and make a video of the whole of the wedding. And you're there, and you're a party to that. Then you don't attend. Likewise, that if there is, their habit is that there's going to be photography and so on, then you make your excuses. And you say, I'm not going to attend. You don't lie. So you say to whoever's invited you, you say, I won't attend unless there is segregation, because Allah has commanded that. I'm not going to sit in a room with women that I'm not related to. Okay, if it's my maternal aunt, or paternal aunt, or my grandmother, or if it is my niece from my brother's side, or niece from my sister's side, no problem. If it is, of course, my own daughters, my wife, my children, my grandchildren, that's fine, because all of them are within the rights of me being allowed to mix with them. Outside of that, no. So I will not attend. So therefore, of course, you have to be polite, because this is your family. So in my own experience, when I first started upon the path of Salafiyah many years ago, so there were many weddings that I wouldn't attend. Even very, very close relatives, I wouldn't go. But I would tell them why. I wouldn't just not attend, because then they think, well, he thinks he's too good, or, because they don't know why you're not attending. So what I would do is that I would ring them. And I would say, uncle, auntie, cousin, whoever it is. I said, I'm sorry, I can't attend. And the reason why I can't attend is because you have got these acts of disobedience that are going to take place there. So it doesn't befit that I'm sitting there with a big beard and scarf and so on. And you got a band on stage. You know, that makes me look like a hypocrite. Makes me look hypocritical. That I call to one thing and I'm witnessing zur. I'm calling to one thing and I'm witnessing something else. How would that, how would that look in front of the other people? And how would the religion look? What impression am I giving to the people about my religion? That my religion allows for this? So I can't attend. So that's what I would do. So for years, maybe 10, 12 years, I didn't attend. Consistency in da'wah and consistency in character is of the utmost importance. You can't claim that I'm Salafi and I'm praying and I'm fasting and and my wife's going to wear niqab. And the next day you're sitting at a wedding, free mixing with men and women, and there's a band on stage or there's loud music playing and they got a DJ there. MashaAllah, but your wife walks around in niqab. What are they going to say about you? It doesn't matter that they've invited you. The fact is that these are things that remain in the minds of the people. You become a bad example. You're calling them to one thing, but you're doing something completely different. And your excuse, well, they've invited me. If I don't go, they're going to get offended. It's not a valid excuse. Because there will be dozens of other people. There's sometimes hundreds. And some of our weddings, you'll find 600, 700, 800 people there. And they're saying, oh, there he is. That's the man who's calling others. And look, can you hear the music? Look at the music he's listening to. You say, no, but I wasn't really listening. I was just there because I didn't want to offend my uncle or aunt. No. Now, to give another example, fast forward to the 2000s, they'd ring me. So around about, let's say 2005, 2010. So when they invite, they ring me and they say, uncle or ustad or whatever, or even my actual name that they used to know me as. They'd say, we really want you to come to the wedding. So we're going to send you a card, but we know you're not going to come because we're going to do X, Y, Z. So forgive us for that. We're going to send you the card anyway as a courtesy, but we know that you're not going to come, but forgive us. Look how it's changed. Then go further forward over the years, because now we're giving da'wah within our families. So, we've reached a certain age and our children are growing up. Now we and our children and my brothers and my sister and our children are giving da'wah to families. And I have cousins who are upon Salafiyah, and a large portion of our family are upon Salafiyah. Now the da'wah has spread over 20 years. So much so that the normal wedding that we go to, there's segregation and no music. It stopped. Now they phone you up and they say, Sheikh, can you organize the janazah for my mother or my cousin or what do you advise? We're using your janazah book, or we're using the janazah book from the Maktaba, Salafi publications. But there's a question here that now look how the tide turns. Why? After Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the tawfiq of Allah, that this da'wah has spread into all of the homes of the people, or the majority of the homes, that the da'wah has entered. There is something of this da'wah that has reached them. Now the tables are turned. So from the late 80s to the early 90s, where we were the lone voice. You're calling out and you're just hearing an echo back. Now you go to a wedding. Like, I went to a wedding in Bradford the other day. The son of our brother Abu Iyad, Sheikh Abu Iyad, Hafidhullah Ta'ala, his son got married. So he's, we share the same family. He's a distant member of our family, very distant. But he's married into our family. So I'm seeing all of my relatives there. And now those very same relatives who were not upon Salafiyah or Sunnah, you see large portions of them. I'm not saying it's me. I don't want to say that. It's a collective effort from within our family to be consistent my brothers, my cousins, my relatives, that now the da'wah has entered the family and it is widespread within our family. Because we never, or most of us, we remain consistent. If you want us to attend, if you want us to be there, then come to the sunnah and do not allow haram to take place. So you have to be consistent. Yeah, your elders and your uncles or your grandparents, yeah, they're going to push you. You may have in-laws that you find difficult to deal with, but you must be consistent with them. I don't say rude. Rudeness and harshness does not work within families. If they are rude and harsh towards you, you put your hands up and say, maybe another time, akhi. Maybe another time, uncle. Maybe another time, dad. And you leave it. Because the issue is not about pride, who wins the argument. The issue is, at the end of your years of da'wah, how many people within your family, within your tribe, are upon Salafiyah? And now there are dozens, if not hundreds, within our family upon Tawheed and Salafiyah. In our family, immediate and extended family. And we always said, and I always hold, that after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His tawfiq, then it was consistency. Don't break your word. Don't break the rules. If you make a rule today, stick to it tomorrow and the day after. And it doesn't matter how close, even if it is your own blood brother or your blood sister. You say, sister, you know that I love you because you are the daughter of my mother and my father. But I will not attend. I cannot attend because you have music or you have free mixing. I'm not going to attend. And that's my position. Say, but it's your sister, akhi. And then who's going to get on you? Your mum, your dad, your chacha, your mama, your this, your that, your uncle, everyone's on you. But what do? You have to hold your ground and say, I'm not going to attend. I'm not shouting at you. I'm not angry. I'm not going to attend. Because I fear Allah and I love my religion. If I attend today, that will be a sign of my hypocrisy. And I don't want to show one face to you and another face to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I say, oh Allah, I'm following your messenger and I'm following the sunnah. But here, the next day I wake up and I end up in a gathering like that. Barakallahu feekum. So that's all I have to say upon that. وسبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.